Morning, Ian.
Chris?
Just, I guess, first of all, can you tell us just a little bit about the selection process this week, in particular in the loose forwards with Dalton and Ethan getting the run?
Well, the selection process is pretty much the same as an ordinary, in terms of we just go through who we think is right to play. We've been really delighted with Ethan, the way he's progressing, and felt that he warranted a start, and he's filled a number of roles for us, but it's a chance for him really just to go out there and focus on his role at 6. Dalton had missed quite a bit of the rugby championship, came back through the States game last week, and again, he played really well at the start of the rugby championship and felt that he deserved a start here.
Just was wondering what you thought of Sam Kanan and Dane Coles last weekend. I see they're not lined up this time around.
In progress.
Just what did you see from what you got from them in their first game back for a while?
Good hit out. It was just important to get some minutes under their belt. They've had a couple of really good training weeks. I think we flagged early on that we didn't really want to be in a hurry to get them back into test match level until they've had a few solid weeks of training. So we're just carrying out that plan, but that's going according to plan at the moment, which is pleasing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great, thanks. We'll go to Mark Hinton. Do you want to jump in next?
Sure. Fuzzy.
Hey, Mark.
Good morning or good evening.
Yep.
Your time. Obviously, your selection at number 10 is always a tight one with two guys playing so well. Can you just talk us through what got Beauden the nod this week?
Oh, he's playing well. He's been running this team for the last couple of months, and so we felt he deserved the opportunity, and clearly, it's his 100th test, and I think it's he's in a really good place to go and sort of celebrate that with a game that really means a lot to him. So it's a big occasion here at Wales, and he's on top of his game, so we're really delighted with that selection.
Thank you. And just one more from me. Foz, I don't know if you've heard it in your bubble there or whatever, but there's a lot of talk around the Wales are on a bit of a hiding to nothing with the scheduling of this test and unavailability of a lot of players. And just wonder what your thoughts are on that. Tough situation for them, I guess, but what do you expect?
Oh, look, it's outside the window. We all know that, but we've known that for 9 months, and so a few of the media up here are focusing on that 2 or 3 days before the test. But look, it's nothing new, up here. It wouldn't be a test week up here without sort of people knocking the game or talking about the haka or doing something like that. So it is business as normal in a certain sense, but underneath that, I think there's massive excitement for this game. Around the community here, the vibe we're picking up, it's a chance for the people of Wales to go to their national stadium and sing and watch their national team, and I'm sure whoever's out on that park for them will play with a lot of passion and pride. So that's what we're expecting.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, Elliot.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, Ian. I think that alien sounds back, but push on. Can you just talk about Beauden Barrett and his career? You were obviously the coaching staff when he debuted in 2012, and where he's got to at this point as a leader in your group.
Oh, he's just a quality person. I've always said that the thing I love about him is that he prepares the team first and then himself. Like he's very selfless in the way he goes about making sure this team is the right prep to go into a test match. And on the field, he's got that sense of adventure, and he's his own style of 10, slightly different, but he can do the stuff that 10s do, but he's also got the ability to add a bit of flavour to it as well with his running game and his speed. So, massively influential in our camp.
Ian, just on the makeup of your bench and your outside backs with Sevu Reece there, what do you want to see from your bench when they make an impact on Sunday morning our time?
Yeah, look, we've been really pleased with Sevu. We really wanted to get him involved in the game, and so we're really just, I guess, experimenting with a different makeup on our bench, and having him with his footwork and his work rate coming on in that last part of the game is just something that we I guess we just want to play around with that. And again, it's a vote of confidence in him. We've got a bit of versatility with Rico, can cover the midfield, so we've got some options there. So it's really a reward for Sevu. It was a tight selection with him not, missing out on the starting lineup, but really keen to see his footwork later in the game. Right, who's next? I can ask all the questions now. You.
Hey, Fozzie, it's Ollie here. Just a couple of quick ones from me. You touched on the Welsh before, but it's been a couple of years, obviously, since you've played them and not at their full strength. But what do you expect from them? What threats do you expect from Wales come this weekend?
Oh, look, well, they're Six Nations champions. You don't do that by not having depth. They've clearly got a few players that haven't been released from clubs, but that was always going to happen. So it's not like that's a surprise. So their preparation hasn't been affected by that because they've known that. They've got basically a tight five that's largely intact. A lot of them are British Lions from the South African tour. So it'll be no surprise to see them go to that part of the game as being a key strength of theirs. So I think they'll put a lot of emphasis on their pack. And then you look at their backs, they've still got a lot of experience in there, and they've got some young guys who are coming in. So, they play a lot of rugby. They play a high retention game, and they demand patience from you. And they've always been very, very passionate about how they throw their bodies into the contact area. So it'll be a physical challenge in that regard.
And just lastly, I wonder if you could quickly touch on what got TJ the nod to start at 9 over Brad.
Yeah, both playing well. I don't think TJ probably had his best 20 minutes in the States, but it was a very festival mood in that game by the time he got on. But before that, we've been really pleased with his game, and we were delighted with Brad when he started against South Africa in that second test. So we've got 3 nines at the moment who we think are playing well. Where this is our 11th test into this long year, and it is a matter of just using our resources in the right way. So we've gauged the energy and the enthusiasm, and just feel that TJ Bodie relationship has been a strong one for a number of years, and we've just put a bit of confidence in it.
Ian, it's Andrew McKenna from TalkSport Radio up here in the UK. I'm sure New Zealand have never given out a cap to someone for being a good bloke or a good tourist, but with COVID bubbles and all of that, do you have to take that into account with team selection in a different way that you would previously, so you don't have guys just travelling around the world holding tackle shields for week on end?
Well, we've come up here with a squad of 39. We've been on the road for a long time already, so clearly teams coming north have had to have bigger squads than normal simply to cover the fact we might lose some players. Do we ever hand out a jersey? Well, we never do that. Everyone in this group has warranted selection through their form to be here. We see it as a great opportunity to build a lot of depth for the next couple of years, and we've taken that plan into this whole campaign. And, I think if you look at the human side, you wouldn't want to be away for 14 weeks without going home and not have a game. So it has been tough. Like even this game we're going into with some players haven't played since South Africa 1, South Africa 2. So there's about 4 weeks, a 4-week gap they haven't played. So even though we've been on tour for a while, we've actually... we're probably missing a game for a number of our players this week. So getting the selection and the balance of the energy across this team has been, it's been hard, but I think we've had a good balance, and we're growing some really good options as we go along.